database, right? Syntax. And if it is SQL Server, syntax will be, instead of modify, we need to use once again alter here. Okay, this is the only one change which we have in SQL Server. Remaining all the syntaxes are same for each and every concept. Whatever we are writing here in MySQL, the same concept, the same syntaxes will work for SQL Server as well. Whereas only for this particular syntax, we need to use alter again. Modify keyword is not available in SQL Server. It won't work. There we need to use once again alter only. Okay, this syntax is only for Microsoft SQL Server. Remaining all databases, this one only it will work. Okay. So fourth use case is that whenever we wanted to rename column name, again we will use alter. Inside alter, we will give rename as a keyword, correct? And the fifth use case, alter is used to add primary key for the existing table. So going forward, we will see what is primary key. So after understanding what is primary key, how we will define primary key, then I'll explain about this use case there only. Okay. So this is about alter command. I hope it is clear. Right. So create, alter, drop is done. Next we have truncate and rename in DDL. Okay. So let's see about truncate. Truncate command. Basically by using truncate command, use it to remove complete data from the table but the structure of the table will remain as it is. Structure of the table will remain as it is, or else I can say will remain same. Okay, so whenever we are using truncate, what it will do, truncate, by using truncate actually we can remove complete data from the table or inside the table I can say, but the structure of the table will be remain same. Okay, so let's see about this by taking one example. Yesterday we created employees one table somewhere, right? Let me create it once again. Now observe, I'm just using semicolon here because I wanted to execute both the statements at a time. Create table and insert syntax. Okay, I am executing. It got created. Now let's try to display the data. Select star from employees 1. This is the data which we have, right? Uh, Sorry, I forgot. First we need to activate the database, right? Actually, DurgaSoft database is in activation. Whatever table I created just now, it will be created inside that database only. So my bad. Let me first activate the database. SQL 8 is our database which we are using. So yeah. Now see, you can see only one table because whatever table I created employees one, that got created inside DurgaSoft database, not this database, right? So let me create once again. I'm executing create table and insert table. Okay, now let me use select command to display the data. Select star from employees 1, right? This is our data. Let's try to refresh and see. We got employees 1 both in our SQLite database now. So we have employees 1 table in which we are having 4 columns and 3 rows, right? So what we can do by using truncate command, in the sense whenever we are using truncate command, actually the complete data inside the table will be removed. That is, whatever 3 rows of data we have, that data will be removed completely, but the structure, in the sense column names and the table names, okay, that will be only the structure of the table will be as it is. Let's see. So syntax is truncate table name. Okay, so truncate table employees 1. Okay, so let me execute. It got executed. Now let me display the data once again. That is select star from employees 1. Okay, now let's Observe the output. You can see the complete data which I have inside the table is removed, but the structure of the table is same, right? Structure in the sense, if you remember in the starting class, in the first class only I said what is the structure means table name and the columns whatever we created by using create command. Whatever we created by using create command, we gave the table name, we gave the column names, and for each and every column we define the data types, right? That all we will consider as a structure for the table. Okay, so the structure will be same, but whatever we inserted data by using insert command, that data will be removed. Okay, so that is about truncate. So in which scenarios we will use truncate? Maybe suppose if I have one table, I wanted to change the data inside the table. Only I wanted to change the data, but the table structure, that is column names and data types, will be same. But I wanted to remove my old data and I wanted to insert some new data into the same table, right? In that scenarios, we can use truncate. Okay. I hope it is clear. What is truncate?
Yes. So the
Perfect. Mhm.
difference between the drop and truncate is like if we drop the table, right? So even the structure will be gone, right?
Correct,
So
correct.
truncate, so the
Truncate in the
structure
sense
will
structure
remain,
will
but
be there.
only the data will be
Right.
vanished.
That is what actually we have delete command also. Once we are done with delete command, let's try to understand the difference between drop, delete and truncate. Okay.
Sure.
And that will be one more important interview question. Till now, whatever we discussed, in that, of course, they can ask anything, but still, expected interview questions will be like starting for the freshers. Yesterday, one question we discussed, that is what is the difference between char and varchar. Okay, that is one of the interview question, and the second one is difference between drop, delete and truncate. Okay, so let's after understanding about delete command, we will see the difference between them. Okay, so this kind of truncate, so suppose yeah, truncate in the sense, whenever suppose I wanted to change my old data and I wanted to insert the new data into the same table. So as it is same table, I want the same column names. My data types will be also same, but I just don't want my old data. So I'll just remove, I wanted to remove my old data and I wanted to insert new data. In that scenario, I can use truncate at that time. Completely my, you know, whatever data I will have inside that table will be removed. Okay. So I can use truncate, and then I can use insert command to insert the new data, or right, or else instead of that, normally if we use a drop command, what will happen, the table will be removed completely, right? Then I need to again use create command to create the structure, and then I need to use insert command to insert the data. Either this method also we can do, or else this method also we can do, but by using this, actually only two steps are involved here, right? Suppose if we want the same table structure, then instead of completely removing the table and creating it once again, we can just adopt this method. Okay, like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is about truncate command. Next we have rename. Okay, so rename command, by using rename command, actually we can, use it to change table name. Okay, if you remember, by using alter command we used rename, but here we actually renamed column name, right? Alter table name, rename column, old column name to new column name. So inside alter we will use rename keyword to rename the column name. Now suppose if you want to rename table name itself, then we will use normal rename as a command. Okay, so use it to change table name, and the syntax will be rename table, old table name to new table name. Okay, so rename table, maybe employees one is our table. I'll just try to change that to emp. Okay, can observe we have employees and employees one. Now I'm trying to change employees one to emp. Okay, so it got executed. Let me refresh and let's check. Now we got EMP and employees, right? Because I changed the employees one table name to EMP. Okay, like that. Simple command only.
So this
Mhm.
rename is used only to change the table name, right?
Right, only to change the table name. Okay, if we
Okay.
want to change the column name, we need to use rename inside alter command.
Oh, okay, okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, like this. Inside alter, if we use rename, it will, here we are again, after writing rename keyword, we are saying column as a keyword. That is, we are renaming column from old name to new name, like that. Inside alter, we need to use. Normally, if we are using rename keyword, rename as a command, we will actually use it to change the table name. Here, after rename, we will write table and then we will give old name to new name, like that. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
perfect.
Five
So
minutes.
this is, yes. Any questions, guys? Okay, so let me continue. If anyone having if has any doubts or any questions, you can just unmute and you can ask me, okay? Or else even you can just place your questions in chat box also. Okay. So we are done with DDL commands, right? Create, alter, drop, truncate, and rename. I hope this is clear, right? Next, let's see about DML commands. Okay. So DML in the sense data manipulation language, we have three commands in it. That is insert, update, and delete. In that insert, we already know which we will use to insert the data inside the table, right? Which we already discussed. Correct. So we inserted the data like this already. Insert into table name, values, and then we give the data like this, right? So I'm not repeating insert command once again. Let's see about update command. Okay, so obviously with the command name itself we will understand update command is actually used to, if we suppose we created one table, okay, we inserted some data. Later, let's suppose, let me show you, select star from employees, right? We created employees table. Let me execute. In that we are having three rows of data. Okay, so after creating any table, after inserting data, if I realize that I did some mistake, or if there is any update, or if there is any change in the data, okay, suppose maybe let's say the salary of Sam is not 65,000, it's just 50,000. So maybe I entered the data wrong, or else the I got some new data. So at that time of for already inserted data, already entered data, if I wanted to make any change, then I need to use update command. Okay, like that. So whenever we are inserting new data, whenever we are entering or inserting new data, we will use insert command. Data, if we have any changes, then we will use update command. Okay, so let's see the syntax of update. Update table name. Here if you observe, I'll directly write the example. Okay, so update employees. Suppose if I wanted to change salary of Sam from 65,000 to maybe 70,000. Okay, so I'll write it as update employees set. I need to use a keyword called as set. Then I'll say salary is equals to maybe 70,000. Okay, so if I execute these two lines of code, what will happen? Any guesses, anyone?
Error man.
Uh,
To
Not
whom we are
actually.
giving the salary? We did not mention that, no?
Correct, exactly. Right. We don't actually we don't get any kind of errors, but here what we are doing, I'm saying that I want to update employees table. I want to set salary is equals to 70,000. If I'm executing this particular thing, the salary will become 70,000 for all the employees here. I didn't give any condition. I didn't set that I want to change for only this particular Sam or employee ID too. Right? So, like this, if we don't mention any condition here and if we are normally giving values like this inside update, the value will be updated to all the rows. How many rows I have? Suppose if I have 1,000 rows, for each and every row, my salary will become 70,000 like that. So, every time, whenever we are using update command, next we will see delete command also. Whenever we are using update and delete, we need to be careful. We need to make sure that we need to mention the condition, okay, accordingly on what kind, I mean on which row we wanted to update or which row we wanted to delete, like that. Here we are talking about update, and I said I wanted to update this particular employee ID to employee name Sam, right? This row only I wanted to update. So like that, I need to mention that particular condition here inside update. Okay, to mention the condition we will use where clause. Okay, I'll write it as where employee ID is equals to 2. Now, I said that I wanted to make this change. I wanted to change salary is equals to, or I wanted to set the value of 70,000 to salary column for employee ID too. If I'm giving like this, then only particular for this row only the value will be changed. Okay. So before executing that particular thing, let's try to understand about where clause. Okay, we have so many clauses in SQL in which where is one of the clause. Okay, going forward, we will understand about where clause and we will see many examples. But at this point of time, just understand only one thing. Where is nothing but whenever we wanted to mention any conditions, okay, in SQL, we will write that conditions inside the where clause. Okay, I can say use it to give conditions. Whenever we have any conditions, whenever we wanted to give any conditions, that conditions we need to mention inside where clause. Okay, use it to give conditions, and accordingly the data will be updated, deleted, or filtered. That means, so basically we will give conditions inside where clause only. Whenever I wanted to give any condition, I will write first where clause, and inside where clause we need to give some conditions. Okay, and where we are using where clause, suppose if I give where clause inside update, then the data will be updated according to this condition whatever we give within the where clause, right? Like that. So if we use where in update, the data will be updated. If we use where in delete, the data will be deleted. If we use where in select command, then the data will be filtered according to the conditions we gave in where. Okay, so these things we will see going forward whenever we are understanding about clauses and operators. For now, just understand that whenever we wanted to give some conditions, we will use where clause. Okay, so here also we want to give the condition that for employee ID 2 I want to update the salary of from 65,000 to 70,000, right? That is the reason we will write update table name, set column name is equals to value. This is the syntax actually. Let me write syntax. Update table name, set keyword we need to write, and then I'll say column name is equals to value where condition. Okay, where, and I'll write the condition like this. Okay, that is what I wrote. Update employees, set salary is equals to 70,000, where employee ID is equals to 2. Okay, now let's see, I'm executing this particular thing. Okay, it got executed. Now let's try to display the data. Select star from employees. And let's observe, we got 70,000 here, right? For employee ID 2. Okay, like this actually we will update. We will use the update command. Okay. Now, let me give you one more example here. Suppose for the same employees table, if I say, so in the employees table, if I say give every employee 10%, 10 percentage salary bonus and add that bonus column into table. Okay, so I'm saying I have employees table, right? In that I'm having employee ID, employee name, salary, date of joining as 4 columns, right? Now I'm saying that for each and every employee who whatever we, I mean whoever we have, for each employee we wanted to give 10 percentage as salary bonus. Okay, and we want to add that bonus column also. So I want an extra column here called as bonus, and in that the values will be 10 percentage of salary. Okay, that is my question. Now let's try to solve this. So I'm saying we want to add 10 percentage of salary bonus here. Okay, so and after adding this, I mean I want to add the value and I want to add the bonus column also into the table. So first here I can use two commands. First let me add the bonus column. So we already discussed, for adding a new column into the existing table we will use alter command, right? I'll write it as alter table, table name, that is maybe bonus, sorry, table name is employees.
Employees, yeah.
Yeah, employees, add column bonus, and we need to write the data type for that. Maybe I'll write it as float,
Float.
int, anything is fine. Okay, so like this, alter table, table name, add column, column name, and uh, data type. Okay, so like this, let me just execute this particular thing. It got executed. Now let's see. Select star from employees. Okay, so I got bonus column, but I'm having null values for now. Okay, so I just added a new column here. Now in that column, what is our requirement? I wanted to give every employee 10% salary bonus. Okay, so now let me use update command and I'll write it as update table name, that is employees, set. Okay, so here I will write it as set bonus is equals to 10 percentage of salary I'm saying. So I will write it, I can write it as 0.1 into salary, right? So 10 percentage of salary, in the sense on the salary we are giving 10 percentage. So I can write it as 0.1 into salary, right? So I can just directly write this, write like this, correct? So now here no need of writing where clause, right? Because I'm saying for every employee I wanted to give the same condition. For every employee I wanted to give 10 percentage of salary, 10 percentage of their salary, right? So simply I'm writing this particular thing, but no need of mentioning where clause here, because we are not giving this particular bonus for any particular employee. For every employee we are giving bonus of with the same condition, that is 0.10 percentage of salary. So here where clause is not required, correct? I mean, the reason why I'm showing this example is that it doesn't mean every time we need to write where clause in update command. Sometimes according to the conditions, without where clause also we can use update, right? In which scenarios, whenever whatever value we are giving, right, if that value or if that condition, suppose value, just imagine as value, whatever value we are trying to give, that value if we wanted to give for the all the rows in the table, then no need of mentioning the condition, right? That is what we are doing here. Here we wanted to apply 10 percentage of salary for each and every employee, so no need of giving where clause, correct? Are we
Right.
clear,
Yes.
everyone? Perfect. So if anyone has any doubts, you can ask me. If you don't understand also, you can tell me, I'll repeat. Okay. So I'm just selecting this. I'm executing. It got executed. Now let's try to see the output. Select star from employees. Now we can see we got 10 percentage of salary bonus. That's 10% instance. Obviously from 60,000 we'll get 6,000, 7,000, 7,500 like that, right? 10 percentage from this particular column we are just giving like that. Okay. So accordingly, according to the requirement, we will decide whether to use where clause or not. But mostly we will use where clause in real time. So we need to be careful. If we don't use where clause, each and every, all the rows we will get the same value. Correct? Like that. So we need to be careful. This is about update command. Okay. Now let's understand about the last command in this DML, that is delete. Okay. Delete command. So obviously by using delete command, what we can do, whenever I wanted to delete any particular row, then we will use delete command. Okay. So delete is used to remove any particular row or rows. Okay. That is, whenever we wanted to delete any particular row, we will use delete command. Okay. Simple. So now let me show you one example on delete command as well. Suppose let me execute select star from employees. We have three rows, right? Now I wanted to delete third row. Okay. Suppose if I don't want this particular row, I wanted to delete this. Then how the syntax will be delete from. Here we need to use from because we are going to delete the table which is delete the data which is already existing. So delete from table name. Okay. Now I need to use delete from table name. I need to use where condition. Okay, this is the syntax. Let me write it as delete from employees, maybe where I can say employee ID is equals to 3. So if I am writing like this, the entire row will be deleted, right? Now let's see once again, select star from table. Now we will get only two rows because we deleted the entire third row, right? Like that. So this is about delete command. If you observe, drop versus delete versus truncate. Important interview question. Difference between drop, delete and truncate. Okay. Here there won't be any, any differences, but we need to explain the functionality. Okay. We don't have any differences here, but we need to explain what this each command is doing. That's it. The functionality we need to explain. What drop will do actually, whenever we are using drop command, it will remove the complete table from the database, right? That is what we saw in yesterday's class. Drop command is used to remove any table from the database permanently, right? So if I don't want any table, I wanted to remove that any table completely or permanently from our database, we will use drop command. Delete command in the sense it is used to delete any particular row. If I want to remove any rows of column, not only one row, two, three rows also, if we wanted to remove, then we will use delete command only. And what truncate will do? Truncate actually at a time complete data inside the table it will remove, but the structure of the table will be as it is, right? Structure will remain same completely. How much data we have, if we have three rows, if we have 1,000 rows, if we have 20,000 rows, everything will be removed at a time. How many rows we have, all the rows will be removed at a time. The table structure will be as it is, right? That is about truncate. I hope I'm clear.
Yes. So if we have to delete, I mean, two to three rows, I mean more than one
Mhm.
row, how can we
Yeah.
write that in where condition?
We will use operators which we will discuss going forward. Okay, we have some and operator or operator, so we will use that operators here.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we will discuss it that time. We will have clauses and operators concept, we will see it that time. Okay,
Sure.
so yeah, now Before getting into the next sub language, let me explain one point here. Update and delete. Okay, so actually I'll use this particular MySQL on daily basis for many batches. So I turned this one setting here, but whenever you installed this particular workbench in your system, and whenever initially if you are trying to use update command, you will get one error. Okay, because see, just now we understood about the importance of using where clause inside update, right? For in this example, if I forget using where clause, this particular salary will be given to all the rows, right? So like that, actually in real time also, if suppose knowingly or unknowingly, if any particular developer forget to use where clause at that time, you know, actually whenever we are using update, suppose if I forget using where clause, whatever salary or whatever value I'm trying to give, that will be applicable to all the rows, right? So we are getting some this kind of problem in real time. If suppose we are using where clause, that is well and good. If I forget using, if anyone is forget using where clause, then all the rows are being updated with the particular value whatever we will give here, right? So to get rid of this problem every time, suppose if it happens again, of course we can roll back the data, we can do whatever we can just change that data, we can roll back the data, but definitely they need to take some steps to do that, right? So just to avoid that, MySQL came up with one particular setting here. Okay, only this setting is available in MySQL, not in any another database. Here we have one setting called as, especially whenever we are using update command and delete command, we have one setting here called as safe mode. Okay, so by default, this particular setting will be turned on. That is the reason, due to this setting only, whenever you are trying to execute update command for the first time in your systems, you will get an error stating turn off the safe mode and execute update. Okay, so I'll show you where this safe mode option will be, how to turn off actually. So in my system it is already turned off, as I'll use this on a regular basis, so that is the reason I didn't get any error. Okay, but let me show you where that particular option will be. So this is a menu bar, right? In this we have edit. Okay, in edit we have preferences. If I am clicking on preferences, I can able to see like this. One window will be open in that SQL editor. Okay, I need to choose SQL editor, and if I scroll the page little bit down, last option you can see save updates, rejects updates and deletes with no restrictions, right? By default this will be like this, it will be checked, and by default this option will be turned on. And if this is turned on, we can't use update command and delete command if we are including where clause also. Okay, so let me, I just turned it on once and I'm just clicking on OK. Okay, so whenever you are seeing that kind of error, just go to the same, okay, in edit, preferences, SQL editor, last option will be save updates. You need to uncheck this box, click on OK, and every time whenever we are making any settings, to apply that settings to the database, we need to click on reconnect to DBMS, which is the last icon here in the toolbar. Okay, let me show you once again with the marker. Here, last icon. Okay, this one. So let me click on this. Okay, it will be just this option is just reconnecting to DBMS. Okay, well, now the setting will be applied. So suppose let me try to execute this particular thing. It will throw me error stating you are using safe update mode and you tried to update a table without a where clause. Actually in this where clause is present, I already used where clause, but still I'm getting the error stating you are using safe update mode and trying to update without a where clause. You will get error message like that. If you are using where, or if you don't use where also, you will get the same error. But its intention is to show that we are, I mean it is just saying that about this safe update option. It is just this particular setting is just created to, alert us about you whenever we are using update command. It will just, it's a kind of alert for us so that we can just check like that. Okay, every time if we are using where also, it will say that without using a where clause you are just using. So let me copy this error message and let's try to observe. It is saying you are using safe update mode and you try to update a table without a where. Okay, that uses key. And to disable safe mode, toggle the option in preferences, SQL editor and recorrect. This is what we did, right? That is that one only, it is saying in a shortcut form. Preferences, we will actually have preferences in edit here. Preferences, then it is saying SQL editor. Okay, now we need to go down. I will just turn off this option. I'll click on OK. And again, as it is saying, we need to reconnect to DBMS. So let me reconnect, then only that particular setting will be applicable. Okay, now if I'm using update command, suppose maybe I'll just write it as 80,000 for employee ID 1, then it will be updated like this. Okay, we don't get any error. So in, of course, once if you turn off, no need of, it will update and delete will work normally. If you want, you can again turn it on, so that if you want that alert. Okay, again, it's our wish. Anyways, every time turning it off and on will be a nuisance. So first, definitely we will turn that setting off and we can use. But every time we need to be careful whenever we are using update command and delete command. Okay, so delete also, if delete also, if I forget using where clause here, all the rows will be deleted from the table name. Okay, so we need to be careful whenever we are using update and delete. We need to mention where clause accordingly. Okay, so yeah, this is about DML. We are done with DDL and DML. Okay, next let's understand about DCL. So DCL is nothing but data control language. Okay, so actually these commands are used by database administrators. Okay, so database admins or database administrators will use this particular commands. As we know, for each and every job role we will have developers as well as administrators, right? So basically we developers won't use grant command and revoke command. Admin people only will use. But still, let's try to understand what is this particular commands and why admins will use this particular commands. Okay, so data control language, we have two commands in it. One is grant and the second one is revoke. Okay, so whenever we are using any database, whenever we are working in real time, we don't have access to use all the commands. Okay, especially update command, delete command. Just now we saw the complications with this particular commands, right? If we forget using where clause, it will affect, definitely it is going to affect our database, right? So due to this reason, especially DML commands, okay, especially DML commands, we don't have, if I am a SQL developer also, initially I don't have access to use all the DML commands every time. Okay, so suppose if I don't have access and if I use update, delete, any kind of command, I will get an error stating access privilege denied. Okay, if you come across this kind of error, that is access privilege denied, you need to understand that you don't have access to use that particular command. If suppose whenever I'm using update command, if I get this error, I can understand I don't have access, or I don't have permission to use update command on that particular table name. At that time, what I'll do, I'll raise a request to my administrators, to give the access of update command on that particular table. Okay, either we'll accordingly, according to our companies, either we will raise a ticket or either we will just drop a mail for them. Okay, then upon our request, they will actually give us permissions to use update command on that particular table. At that time, in that process, they will use this grant command. Okay. So grant is a command used by database administrators to give permissions or privileges. We'll call it as technically privileges to any user. Okay. Like that. Suppose if I don't have update command permission, if I don't have permission to use update command on employees table, whenever I'm trying to use update command, I'll get this kind of error, that is access privilege denied. At that time, I'll ask my admin people to give me, permission to use update command on employees table, or else I will ask give me access for DML commands on employees table. At that time, they will actually execute this particular grant command to give the permission for me. Okay, like that. So the syntax will be grant privilege name on object name to user. Okay, this is the syntax. So grant privilege name, in the sense it can be update, not only single, even they can give multiple privileges at a time. Okay, let me use update for now. On object name, in the sense it can be table name, employees, to maybe it's my name or user one, like that, anything would be fine. Okay, like that, they will execute this particular query upon their once they executed this particular thing, I can able to use update command on employees table from then. Okay, like that. This is we don't use this will be used by them only, but still we need to, just for knowledge purpose I'm explaining this. Okay, not only single privilege at a time, they can give multiple privileges also. Okay, like this. I hope I'm clear. Okay, next, revoke. I think it is clear, right, Grant?
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. So next we have revoke command. Again, once we are done with our work, suppose I used update command on employees table, my work is done. Then I need to inform to the admin people that we are done. Then at that time, they will take back the permissions from us. In that process, they will use revoke. Okay, every time they won't give DML, especially DML permissions. They won't give for us. Whenever we required, for that particular period of time only they will give us. Once our work is done, they will take back the permissions. Okay, so in that process they will use revoke, use it to take back the permission or privilege from users. Okay, so the syntax will be revoke privilege name, actually exactly same. Instead of grant, we will write revoke privilege name on object name from user. Okay, so previously we wrote grant privilege name on object name to user. Now we'll write revoke from user. Okay, that is taking back the permission from user. Okay, revoke update on table name from user one, like that. They will execute this particular thing to take back the permissions from us. Okay, simple. This is about DCL commands, data control language. Okay, next we have TCL. Okay, TCL is nothing but transaction control language. In this again we will have three commands. One is commit command. Okay, so commit command is basically used to save data permanently into database. Okay. So whenever commit is actually used to save data permanently into the database. Actually, what is the concept here? Previously, some years ago, if whenever we are using any database, it can be Oracle database, SQL Server, everything. Once, if after inserting any command or after updating any command, we need to definitely use commit command. Then only, suppose if I inserted some rows, after inserting I need to use commit, then only that rows whatever I inserted, that data used to save permanently in the database. Okay, after update also same. After insert or after update, we need to use commit, then only the data used to save permanently in the database. Okay, but now it's not that concept. All the databases available right now, it can be any database, all the databases are auto commit tools. Okay, auto commit tools. That is automatically this commit is being used. Okay, we manually no need of using commit command once again every time. Okay, that is the reason. So far, we inserted so much data, we created tables, we inserted data, we are doing so much, but till now I didn't use commit, but still the data is saving permanently only, right? Because MySQL is, auto commit tool. We don't need to use commit command here. Okay, but previously this is not the concept. Those are not auto commit tools previously. After doing every insert or after writing every update, we need to use commit command, then only the data used to save permanently. If we forget using commit command, once we close this particular workbook, the data whatever we inserted, that used to be, we used to lose that data. That won't save permanently into the database. Okay, previously, not now. So the syntax will be simple normal commit keyword. Okay, after inserting I need to use only commit and I need to execute, then that data used to save permanently. Okay, but nowadays you know all the databases are auto commit tools only, so no need of using commit. But still, where we will use commit in the sense whenever we are trying to use rollback and save point. Okay, so rollback and save point. Actually, to explain rollback and save point, it will take some time. I need to give some examples, then only you will understand very clearly. So maybe in the next class, I'll start explaining about rollback and save point. Okay, we are having very less time to explain about this particular concept. Okay, but still, I'll try to give a overall idea here, but I'll show you examples. I'll explain the same concept by solving some examples in the next class. Okay, so suppose what is rollback in the sense, after inserting some data, after updating some data, I realized that I did some mistake. So at that time, I can roll back that, I can roll back my data. Okay, I can just roll back the data whatever I inserted by using this particular rollback command. Okay, so I can say that definition of rollback as rollback is used to get the data back to the last committed state or last save point. Okay, this is the definition, actual definition of rollback. So basically, rollback command we will use to get the data back, but up to what point we can use rollback, up to what point we can get the data back, something like we have control Z, right? Whenever we are writing something in document, if we want to do undo, okay, we have some undo options, right? Same in databases also, we can undo the data whatever we whatever we inserted, updated, deleted. Whenever we did something, if we want to undo the data from in the database, we will use rollback command. But till what particular point we can use this rollback in the sense, either to the last committed state or else to the last save point. Here I'm saying, so what is this last committed state, what is this last save point, I can explain you only by solving some examples, which I'll do it in the next class. But here let me give an idea about what is save point. So save point is actually used to save data temporarily, temporarily, okay, in the database. So whenever I wanted to save data temporarily at any particular point, I can use save point. Okay. So this rollback and save points are actually we will use them together. Okay. This two, in fact, commit also. All the three commands, whatever we have under TCL, all the three commands will be used parallelly together. So to explain those three commands, I'll show you some example in the next class. For now, just we will leave this like this only. Okay. I hope if we, if we are excluding this particular TCL, before TCL, whatever I explained, till that everyone is clear, right? Everything is clear for you, right? Any doubts, guys? Anyone? Not only this explanation part, if you have any doubts on, you know, JS and data and SQL, no, Jayant, no. If you have any doubts on any other part, installation process, I'll show you on Monday. Okay. So actually this is our last demo. Whoever will get registered with us, they will get a new Zoom link. Okay, by Monday morning. Just follow that link and connect on Monday's class. And I suggest anyone of you to bring your, to log in by using your laptop so that I'll ask you to share your screen and I'll show the installation process in your system itself. Okay, remaining students can follow the same. Okay. So please don't forget to log in by using your laptop. Anyone, at least one student using, they logged in by using the laptop. Then I'll just ask you to share your screen and I'll show the installation process in your system itself, as I already have it in my system. Okay, like that. So we already saw about the course content, right? So I'm not going to repeat again, but this is the course content. As I discussed, we are discussing here sub-languages. Next, integrity constraints concept. After done, we are done with integrity constraints. I'll give you the real-time database. Okay, I'll explain you the data in it, and I'll show you how to restore the database in your system. Once we are done with that, we will start with operators and clauses, then functions, then joins. Like that we will learn one by one concepts. All the concepts from operators and clauses will be discussed by using this real-time database and by solving many examples. Okay, so if you have any other doubts you can ask me. And yes, as I said already, this is our, we will provide three demos. This is our third demo. As you know, most of you are already attending from the first class itself, right? So yeah, our demos are done. Obviously tomorrow is a weekend, so on Monday we will have next class, and that class whoever will get registered for them, just check your mails. Okay, after registering, fees is 4K. Okay, 4,000. Previously we had an offer, so that is the reason for previous batch it was 3,000, but the offer is done now. It is 4K. Okay. Actually, the actual fees is 5,000 because of this real-time database. But they are providing some, offers for some particular batches. That is the reason. For previous batch, it was 3,000. For this batch, it was 4,000. After 2 to 3 batches, again, the fees will be back to the actual fees. That is 5,000. So how will be the pay the payment? Okay, in chat box, already admin people gave the details. Let me copy that for you once again. Okay, you can observe the details here. And of course, as you attended today's demo, our admin team will reach you out to your mail ID by using which mail ID you attended this particular demo. To that mail ID, they will Again, drop your mail. Again, in that mail also, they will provide the same details. If you want, you can just take these details from here, or else just check your mail. They will send the same details. Okay, whatever details is provided here, just follow the same process, but try to send the screenshot of your payment and your mail id to that particular phone number. Okay, so whatever mail id you are giving, that mail id only, for that mail id only, we will actually provide the uh, you know Google access. That is, for that mail id only, you will receive all the notes and videos of our classes. Okay.
Okay, and tomorrow and day after tomorrow we don't have class, right?
We don't have class. This is the last demo. Monday will be our actual class.
The
Okay.
same timing, 8 to
Same
9.
timing. Yes, yes, same timing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So if the
Yeah,
payment is
and
done,
mhm.
so we will be receiving all the three videos, right?
Yes,
Demo 1,
yes,
demo 2,
correct,
demo 3.
correct, correct. Actually, on Monday they will create a folder for you people. So from starting first day, all the videos you will get. Along with that, I will upload all the notes. Okay, from the starting class.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay, and whoever made got registered with us, please check your mails. Okay, you will get a new Zoom link. Don't use this. I mean, this link won't be available. You will get a new Zoom link. Follow that to join on Monday's class at same timing, 8 p.m. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Then let's meet on Monday's class. I hope how commonly SQL is used for JSON data. Of course, we will use the same concepts, right? Very frequently. Uh, Last date, yeah, that is what Monday morning. Will be till Monday morning you have time. Whoever will pay, I mean, whoever will get registered, basically Monday morning they will send the new Zoom link, and from Monday evening we will start our classes, actual classes, of course. Okay. All right, guys. Let's meet on
So
Monday's
on
class then.
Monday,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
start from start again.
No, no, no. We will continue.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Almost every student is there from the first class, right? So I'll continue. If any student comes new, if anyone has any doubts, I'll clear the doubts, but we will continue the concept from TCL commands. Okay.
Sure, sure. Okay,
Yeah. Okay. Bye. All right, guys. I'm ending the session for now. Let's meet on Monday. Okay.
sure. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.